Imagine asking your father for his funeral money while he is still breathing. Go ahead, really imagine it. You walk up to the man who changed your diapers, who worked his hands raw, who stayed up late when you had a fever. You say, "Dad, I want my inheritance now." That is not a request, that is a curse. Because in that culture, an inheritance is for after the father dies. Asking for it early is the same as saying, "I wish you were dead." Now imagine the father says yes. This is the story Jesus told, and I promise you, it does not mean what you think it means. Let me take you back. The sun over Galilee was a hammer. It beat down on a family estate. Stone walls, olive trees, a well that had given water for 3 generations, and 2 brothers. The elder was Simeon, the good one, the faithful one. He woke before dawn and slept after sunset. He never talked back, he never left. The son every father wanted. The younger was Judah, and Judah was restless. One night he did not sleep. He lay on his mat, staring at the ceiling, doing the math. 1/3, that was his share. The law was clear. When the father died, the younger son got 1/3, the elder got 2/3. But his father was not dead. That did not stop him. In the morning, he walked into his father's room and said the unforgivable words, "Father, give me the share of the property that is coming to me." He did not ask, he demanded. Simeon heard about it. The servants talked. When he found Judah packing a leather satchel, he stood in the doorway. "You are actually doing this," Simeon said. Judah did not look up. "I am not asking for your blessing." Simeon's voice went cold. "You asked him for his funeral money while he is still breathing. Do you feel no shame?" For a second, Judah stopped. Guilt flickered across his face, but he was too far gone to turn back. "I want to live before I die," he said. Simeon laughed without joy. "You call whoring your birthright living?" Judah slung the satchel over his shoulder. "At least I will not die wondering what was out there." The door opened. The father stepped out. He was not a young man. He had weathered drought, locusts, and Roman soldiers. But today, his hands trembled. He held a leather pouch, heavy. He said, "I counted it 3 times. Your share, 1/3 of everything." Judah reached for it. The old man did not let go. He looked into his son's eyes. "Do not call me father. You came to me like a creditor. You said, 'Give me.' You did not ask. You demanded." Judah took the pouch. The weight shocked him. "I will pay it back," he whispered. The father shook his head. "You cannot. This is not silver. This is our blood, our name." Judah looked at the pouch, then at the road, then back at his father. "Then let it buy me a new name." He turned. He walked. He did not look back. Simeon spat on the ground. "He is dead to me." The father stood there, one hand still raised. "No, he is only lost." The far country is not a place, it is a state of being. Anywhere you go to run from who you are. Judah found a city where no one knew his name. Purple robes, a room above a tavern, friends who called him brother as long as his silver lasted. Lamb, honey, wine until the stars doubled. And when the silver ran out, the brothers became strangers. Then the famine came. Bread disappeared. The rich locked their gates. The poor fought over a crust in the gutter. Judah sold his sandals, his belt, the ring off his finger. Nothing left. He found work. the only work a Jewish boy could find when he had nothing, a pig farm. The owner was a brute with a scarred face. You ever touched a pig? No. Good. Clean the sty, sleep with them, eat what they do not finish. Judah nodded. He had no words left. A son of Abraham, a child of the covenant, sleeping in pig shit, eating garbage. The pods came from the carob trees, sweet, brown, for animals. The pigs rooted through them with squealing delight. Judah sat in the mud, ribs showing, and watched his own hand reach for a fallen pod. He stopped. What am I doing? He thought of his father's house, not the big table, not the fancy rooms, the hired hands. They had bread, enough, more than enough, a roof, a blanket, a place to sit at the end of the day. And here he was, a son, eating with swine. He put his face in his hands, the mud mixed with his tears, and he said the words. Not a church prayer, just a boy, broken open, talking to a father he had insulted. Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am not worthy to be called your son. Just make me like one of your hired servants. He stood up. His legs shook. No sandals, no money, no map, just a road west and a certainty that if he was going to die, he would rather die walking toward home than lying in pig filth. He walked. 3 weeks, ditches, stones thrown at village wells, cracked skin, matted beard. By the time he crested the final hill, he was a skeleton in rags. Below him lay the village, white houses, olive trees, the well where he had drawn water as a boy, and on the hill, his father's house. He rehearsed the speech one more time. Father, I have sinned, make me like a hired hand. He took a step, then another. On the road below, a figure emerged from the gate, an old man, walking, then jogging, then running. Judah froze. In that culture, elders do not run. It is indignified, shameful. A wealthy landowner does not lift his robes and sprint like a teenager. But this father ran, past the well, past the staring neighbors, past every law of dignity that had governed his life. He ran to the ragged figure on the hill. He did not slow down. He crashed into his son and wrapped both arms around him before Judah could fall to his knees. The father sobbed, deep, ugly, unashamed. He kissed Judah's forehead, his cheeks, his mud-caked hair. Judah tried to get the speech out. Father, I have sinned. The father would not let him finish. Quick, he shouted to the servants, bring the best robe, a ring for his finger, sandals for his feet. Judah tried again. I am not worthy. Bring the fatted calf, kill it, let us eat and celebrate, for this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.
Stop right there. Judah came home to beg for a servant's job. He did not get a job. He got a feast. He did not get forgiveness. He got celebration, a robe, a ring, the fatted calf. Why? Because the father did not care about the waste. He cared about the return. That is the heart of this story, and it is scandalous because it is not fair. Which brings us to the other son. The music started before sunset, lyres, drums, flutes, the whole village gathered. The fatted calf turned on a spit. Sparks flew into the darkening sky. Torches lit. Wine flowed. Judah sat at the head table, washed and robed, touching the ring on his finger like he could not believe it was real. But someone was missing. Out in the field, Simeon stood alone. He had been working since dawn, repairing a fence that did not need repairing. The music drifted across the field, laughter, singing. He had not been invited. He was the elder son. He was always there. A servant ran out, breathless. "Master Simeon, your brother has returned. We have killed the fatted calf. Come, celebrate." Simeon did not move. His hands clenched the fence. His jaw tightened until his teeth ached. That pig-eating, inheritance-wasting son of a... He stopped himself. "No, I will not come." He walked toward the house, not to join, to confront. The door slammed. The father heard the door slam, and he stepped outside. Simeon stood there, trembling with rage. "Listen," Simeon said, his voice shaking. "For all these years I have been slaving for you. I never disobeyed your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours comes back, who squandered your property with prostitutes, you kill the fatted calf for him. Did you catch that? This son of yours, not my brother." He could not say the words, not because he forgot them, because saying them would mean admitting he still loved him. The father listened. He did not interrupt. He let the words hang in the air. Then he stepped forward. "Son," he said, soft, "you are always with me. Everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad. This brother of yours was dead and is alive. He was lost and is found." Simeon did not move. 1 second passed, then 5, then 10. The father did not close his arms. He had waited before. He would wait again. Some people never leave home, but they never come home either. They stand in the field, they hear the music, they feel the hunger, and they stay outside because going in would mean admitting they needed grace too. The Father is still watching the road, for the ones who ran and for the ones who stayed. The door has never been locked. Which son are you?